A blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that shortly.
Yes.
But for now, we want to proceed on with the news for about 15 minutes, then we can start with the conversation. Yeah.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
A while.
Yes, almost more than 2 years actually.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And thank you for coming with blessings.
Sure.
You have come and it's raining.
Yes.
In my community, say those who come to visit and they arrange, they come with blessings.
Amazing.
Nimeshukuru sana.
We hope to have a blessed conversation tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. So we'll be doing that.
There are very many challenges at Wakulima to Kagudo Road after having been there for almost 30 years without adequate public participation. And I think two weeks ago, there were attempts to forcibly evict them, and they are quite unhappy. And they wanted some intervention. Again, at Mudurwa Market, they have had challenges over health. There are hazardous challenges in terms of garbage collection, in terms of lack of water, lack of sanitation, and they would want some intervention. Again, at Kekoba Market, there has been challenges about threats to evict them from where they have had their livelihoods for many years. And they wanted me to listen to them and try to see what intervention we can make. Basically, it was a day for me to go and listen to these people because they have been looking for me for a while.
But what will you do? The city has a governor who has explained that they're not necessarily evicting the people from that market. It's only that those that are excess need to move to a different location. What solution will you offer?
Well, the fact that they are looking for me means they are not satisfied. Because if they were satisfied with what they have discussed with the governor, then they will not have to look for me. People do not agitate where there is no cause. So the fact that they wanted me to listen to them means that they have not, their issues have not been addressed to their satisfaction.
That's what I'm asking, because the city is under the leadership of the county government, What will you do as Deputy President?
Well, mine is to profile the matter and bring it to their attention, because it's important. You see what is happening. Why those people look for me is that when the governor of the city of Nairobi was seeking for votes,
Yep.
I held his hand and I went and talked to those people. And I asked them, because they know me and they trust me, that he'll take care of them. And once they feel that they have not been taken care of, they have come to me, because I was guarantor to Governor Sakaja that he would take care of them.
What does that mean, guarantor?
Guarantor is like when you go to a bank and you want to take a loan,
Yep.
and you don't have security, somebody else can come and offer his title deed for you. I went because those are people who speak my language, and talk to them in my local language.
Yep.
And they wanted an assurance. They say, this Johnson Sakaja, Gachagua, we don't know him well. Do you know him well? I said, yes. Are you telling us that if we give him our vote, he'll take care of our business interests? I said, yes. Are you giving us that assurance? I said, yes. So I gave that assurance, like all you do when you are campaigning for somebody. And therefore, when probably they have felt that the governor has not treated them well, as the guarantor of Governor Sakaja, they have sought me out and asked me questions, hard questions.
That's what I'm asking. What are you going to do? Because
Well,
there's separation of powers.
the fact that we are discussing the matter with you here.
Just hold on, Deputy President. The separation of roles between the national executive and the county executive is quite clear. You cannot supervise the county government, can you?
I am not pretending to supervise the county government. Advocacy is part of governance. The fact that the matter is being discussed here is good enough. It means the matter has gotten the right attention. I've seen the governor has written a big reply. That is good enough, because if I had not gone there to listen to them, he will not be replying to that matter. The fact that the matter has been brought to light is good enough, and that is what leadership is all about. Because at my level, I've given it high profile. Everybody knows there's a challenge. The governor knows there's a challenge. It's incumbent upon him now to deal with that challenge. But I have undertaken, my rightful role as guarantor to Governor Sakaja to those people by going there and give them an ear and listening to them. And because of the publicity that has gone with the tour, the matter now is under discussion, which is a good beginning point.
Okay, interesting. And of course, we'll get back to that later on. But first, that was not the only issue that you were talking about while in the city. You also said a few things that I want to reference just a little bit. Mimi siwezi kubali mambo ya uongo, ndio kwa maana wananipiga vita. Kama mko na shida na mimi, kujeni munishtaki kwa wananchi. Who are you talking about?
Some you know what is happening, and I had hoped probably before we get into that discussion, we'll discuss matters to do with what I do. And
no, we'll get there. We're just coming from the matters arising from the events that you had in the city.
What I am saying is that it is everybody's knowledge that I'm a truthful person. And many people are uncomfortable with that truth. When I raised that matter of Wakulima market, I was called all sorts of names, including being called a tribalist. Given the fact that majority of the people in that market come from my community, matter beyond my control. And it was assumed that I'm talking because probably they come from my community. Far from it. In that market, there are traders from all communities. And when I bring these matters to light, many people have a problem with me. And the fact that I insist all the time that we honor pre-election pledges. There are things that we promise the people. We went there with Governor Sakaja and promised the people of that market that under our administration, their business can only flourish. It cannot become worse. We agreed that our administration will never oversee demolitions and evictions. Those traders were being evicted there about 10 years ago in a very brutal manner. And I talked about it. And many people are uncomfortable with that. And what I'm saying is that anybody who has a problem with my conduct, you go and report me to my employer. My employer are the people of Kenya. These are the people who employed me. Go to them and say, well, regarding Gachagua, Deputy President is becoming a nuisance. He's complaining that you people are being harassed. We want to report him to you and ask him to shut up. And he shouldn't keep on bickering and saying that you people are being mistreated. That's what I was saying. Those are my employers. You go and report me to them.
You said that the people that trade in Wakulima market are not necessarily from one community. But then again, in some of those instances, you spoke in your mother tongue,
Yes,
Kikuyu.
I did.
And some are using that to say that you're being a tribal leader.
I did. I spoke in my mother tongue. When I looked for votes for Governor Sakaja, I spoke in mother tongue. He didn't have a complaint. He was quite happy. He was all smiles. You see, some communication is not what you say, it's being understood. You talk to a people, to a language that they understand better. When I was looking for votes for President William Ruto, for Governor Sakaja, in meetings where the majority are people from my community, I spoke in my mother tongue. I don't know why people are having a problem. Now that elections have been won, when I speak to people in the language, I used to speak to them when we were looking for votes. What was good then is still good today.
But that time you were not deputy president. Now you are a national office. The
But
president,
that does not...
just hold on. The president is a symbol of authority. I mean, a symbol of unity in the country. You are the deputy president, principal assistant. Maybe would be held to the same standard. Does it not bother your conscience?
Not at all, because the fact that I'm deputy president does not diminish my heritage and where I come from and my language. My language still remains intact. And Sam, let me tell you, communication is about being understood. It doesn't matter what language you speak. You speak the language that people understand.
Even if more than 40 communities of the Republic do not understand what you say.
But they were not in that meeting.
But they're hearing
But the people you are addressing, we were addressing specific issues in Wakulima market. Those issues are specific to those people. You talk to them the language that they understand most, so that you agree.
You've just told me that the Wakulima market is not just the Kikuyu community. There are other communities that trade there.
I spoke 70% in Swahili.
Yeah.
And 30% I spoke in Kikuyu because the majority asked me to speak in Kikuyu. We have some mothers there who don't understand Kiswahili properly. We have some old men who have lived there in that market who have not lived in that market for a long time. And they told me, our son, we want to hear what are you telling us? What assurance are you giving us? And when I went there, I talked to them in my mother tongue for them to vote for Governor Sakaja. It cannot be when they are crying, when they are complaining. I cannot talk the same language that I talked to them when I was appealing to them to vote for him.
You said, wale wanaopanga hii upuzi wasiharibu hii Kenya. Hii Kenya imekuwa na matatizo mengi, wakijaribu hiyo maneno, Wakenya hawatakubali. What is being organized? Nini inapangwa?
You know there are many schemes that are going on every day. You have seen meetings. You have seen meetings of trying to divide the people of Mount Kenya region. You have seen meetings of undermining the deputy president. You have seen people being caught and being offered money to impeach the deputy president, to remove him from office, and all that nonsense that is going on. And I was saying, you see, some are elected by the people. And I asked the people directly whether they have a problem with my leadership. And they said they don't have. I drew my mandate directly from the people. And what I was saying, anybody who has a problem with my leadership, anybody who has a problem with my conduct, has every business to talk to my employer, the people of Kenya.
Okay.
Those are the people who make decisions over my conduct. Those are the people who can appraise my performance. Those are the people who can give an opinion as to what they think I'm doing, whether it's right or wrong.
Okay. You're saying that people have been offered money to remove you from office. How so?
It's the worst kept secret in Kenya. I leave it at that.
No, but you're talking about it. How much money has been offered?
Well, it's neither here nor there.
No, it is.
I think let's go for more informative discussion.
No, we will get there, Deputy President. We just want to dispense with this because you're the one who is saying it, that people are being offered money. Indeed, that's a crime, isn't it?
Yes, of course it's a crime.
So who's offering the money?
You know.
No, I don't know.
You get to know.
I don't know, Deputy President.
You get to know. These things will come out as in the fullness of time. These are things that will come out in the public domain.
Why would they want you out?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are they telling you?
They'll tell us. When they want to get us out, they'll tell us. They say that I'm high-headed. Yeah, that I am too people-centered. You know, that I'm listening to people too much. You know, that I am asking people to listen to what Kenyans are saying. I don't think it's a crime. I think leadership is about the people. And for you to be a good leader, you need to listen to the people. And I keep on listening to the people myself. And I keep on asking leaders, my fellow leaders, to listen to the people. And I'll continue listening to the people. And that's what I was doing today. And I'm wiser this evening than I was in the morning when I left here. I've known many things. I am well informed. Because you must listen to your employer, because it's important that you listen to your employer.
You're saying that people who have a problem with you should consult the people. In what forum? I mean, where is that in the Constitution?
Consulting the people about leadership.
So that they can take action against you. I mean, where do you place that in the Constitution?
I'm talking about leadership. I'm saying before you take any decision on any issue, on matters governance, on matters leadership, it's important that you listen to what the people are saying all the time. And that's what I do myself. I don't, even the Constitution, 2010 Constitution, you know, gives public participation as an integral part of our governance structure. That anything that affects the people drastically, you need to listen to them. You need to go to them. You have seen many things going to court and being thrown out for lack of adequate public participation. Public participation is part and parcel of our life in this country, and more so in matters leadership, in matters governance.
Deputy President, who told you there was a plan to impeach you?
I am a consumer of information. When you call people for meetings, most of them are our people. When you coerce them, you intimidate them, you offer them bribes, they come and report to us. And, you know, what people must know is that people have loyalties. And you may talk to many people and tell them what you want them to do, and you think that you are keeping a very big secret. You know, we get to know these things when the meetings are going on, or immediately after the meeting. You know, meetings have been held in Uhuru. We know what was being discussed. Meetings have been held in Kitusuru, you know, in the house of a cabinet secretary. We know what was being discussed. We know the amount of money that exchanged hands.
How much
All these things are in the public domain.
How much?
Never, don't worry. Are you interested in the money yourself? Don't worry about, I don't think anybody will find any of that money, so you shouldn't be worried about the amount. But all these things that are happening, people know, and some. Now, let nobody underestimate the intelligence of the Kenyan people. The Kenyan people are very intelligent people, and they have come of age. And as I listen to people today, even when I was going to explain to them what is happening, they said, no, don't even bother. We know.
You know, Deputy President, the interesting bit is that you're revealing information, but halfway. You've just now revealed there's a cabinet secretary who hosted a meeting in Kitisuru. Who hosted the other meetings? Who organized them?
Some have told you. You have seen the meetings yourself. I've just told you what was being discussed inside those meetings. I'm giving you info on what was going on. You are aware of the meetings.
The only meeting I know about is of the members of parliament that came out and said that their leader is now...
That was not the real issue. No, the real issue is what I'm telling you about.
In that meeting it was discussed that they were going to be...
The one that was held the whole night in Nyahururu. The whole night, that was what came out is not the real issue. The one of dividing the mountain into two, the one of looking for another leader, that was not the issue. The issue is how you can force a deputy president out of office. You know, that was the issue. It was the real issue that was being discussed in that meeting. And people know, and they reported to us, many people, most of them were coerced into that meeting. They were intimidated in that meeting. In fact, in the photograph, there were only 28. There were 35. And 7 of them ran away because they didn't want to be photographed. The others were said to be 48, the balance from 35 minus 48, I think is about 15, were not even there. And most of them, the Honorable Mother Wangari, denied that she had not participated. The Honorable Munyoro, the MP for Kegumo, wrote a letter saying he was not part of it. There was a lot of coercion, there was a lot of intimidation, there was a lot of bribery.
Coercion from who?
Yeah, for those who have the capacity to coerce.
Who are those? You can describe them without naming.
You know them.
I don't know.
Well,
Deputy President.
You live, you get Sam, you are an adult. You have been around for a long time.
I can confirm I am,
yes.
But I don't have that information.
No,
you do.
You'll find out with the time.
And as these conversations are going, because you're saying